Hello guys, my name is Mary, and this is the end of my no-buy year. Don't worry, it's a happy decision. The purpose of this video is to share with you some of the birthday haul that I received on July 1, my 52nd birthday. And those items were all from my shopping cart at Chanel. They are the Beiges 9-pan palette, the Duo Bronze et Lumiere in the shade medium, one of the Cocoa Flashes in the shade 90 Jour, the CC Cream in the shade 20 Beige, and last but certainly not least, the Les Beiges Eau de Teint in the shade light medium. If you'd like to see me put together a couple looks with these products and hear me talk a little bit about deciding to curtail my no-buy year for something that goes much better with where my current mindset is, and that is a capsule collection in skincare, cosmetics, fashion, and lifestyle, where I pare down what I own to just what brings me joy, just those essential things that I love to use. All of this for me is a logical shift as I move to becoming a more conscientious consumer, and I hope I can count on your support, even though this may come as a shock to some of you, especially if you are doing a no-buy year. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Hi guys. Thank you for joining me. I hope I haven't upset anyone with my decision to abruptly shift gears on my no-buy year. It, in many respects, came about after using these products during July and sort of walking through the process of what it means to get a gift from your husband during a no-buy year, when you have picked everything out, when you share all financial resources. It just, in terms of full disclosure, it just didn't sit right with my no-buy year. Now, I began my no-buy year in January of 2019 as a rather spontaneous decision brought about by a flurry of expenses at the end of 2018, which did not sit well with me. So I went on a 6-month no-buy. I fully intended it to be a no-buy year, and honestly, with my birthdays are a good time to reassess where you are, what your goals are. They're certainly as relevant as the start of a year. My birthday happens to fall on July 1st, which is really the halfway mark of the calendar year. And it made sense to me, after receiving this beautiful selection of Chanel products on my birthday, which I had picked out, I just really had to come to terms with that. And I had to come to terms with the fact that as a gift, it was really essentially self-selected. So as far as how gifty is that? Let's be honest. This is a purchase I made. This is a purchase that I made with gifty money, but it's the same thing. I made these selections, and I do not regret any of them, and I will not assume an arbitrary guilt for a no-buy purchase when perhaps the bottom line is a no-buy no longer makes sense to me. What does make sense to me is becoming a more conscious consumer. Let's kick off these Chanel products, because I can tell you without a doubt, all of these products fit in that niche that is my holy grail. These are all products that I consider lifetime products. There are no regrets with any of them. I adore them. We are going to start today's video with the check-in. It is, what time is it? It is 4:55. As promised, I am bringing you the look which was applied early today, 10 o'clock this morning. I've lost track of time. I've been running around doing errands. I love the longevity of this product. Now, I've got the glitzier, as you'll see if you make it to the end of the video, this is I am showing you the third look that I applied this morning, and it uses these more intense, it uses the darkest dark, the silvery lightest light, and this beautiful copper shade here. So when I get real close in just a moment, I'm going to split the screen and show you what the look was earlier this morning and what it looks like right now. The new look is on the bottom. The freshly applied look is on the top. Also only happened to reapply my lip once during the day after lunch, so very impressive wear times all the way across the board. I feel that you can certainly still see this highlighter. The bronzer is still apparent. If anything has faded, I feel perhaps it was the Nars blush in the Multistick. I feel like I see some of the shine, but I don't see so much of the pigmentation. At this point, let's jump right into a full face application, beginning with the Beiges Eau de Teint, followed by just the tiniest bit of the CC cream, and building with these other products. Thank you so much for joining me. Please do take the time to smash the like icon below and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell and you will be alerted to the twice weekly uploads when I post them. Let's get to it. On my skin, I have all of the usual daytime products. I will link a video up in the cards for my AM skincare routine. So the first thing I thought I would do for you, although you have surely seen this unique water gel applied multiple times on YouTube. This is the Eau de Teint foundation. It has a very water-like texture, as you know, and little micro beads of pigment suspended in that water gel solution. I love this. I'm going to apply it with, let's do this. I'm going to apply it with a little mirror so you can see. That was one pump. And it is so cooling and refreshing on the face. It has a lightly fresh scent. I would say the scent resembles a lighter version of the typical Chanel floral rose-like scent, but very, very light. My skin is aging. It is combination slightly oily in the T-zone. I generally don't need to put highlighter on my chin or my forehead. It naturally glows. It does tend to be a little drier on the muzzle because I use Retin-A in the evening as part of my evening skincare routine. All right, that is one coat, and it is marvelously blurring. That's something I noticed whenever I watched someone else on YouTube apply this foundation. The words that they used to describe the foundation was that it was water-like, it was very sheer to non-existent coverage, but what my eyes saw every time they put this foundation on was how it absolutely blurred their complexion. And I do feel that I have noticed that every time I've used it. It is not insignificant. It is not water-like. It feels like very high-quality skincare. And if you want more coverage, then I would suggest going in with just a very selectively applied foundation that you love. And I'm going to do just a dot of this Chanel CC cream in the center of my face. This is the shade 20. I'm going to begin with dotting it around the areas where redness and pigmentation are issues for me. Little on the forehead, mostly concentrating around the nose. I'm going to try to do this so you can see it. Little redness around the nose, center of the forehead, and on the chin. It blends in beautifully. It is very pigmented. You saw how little I had on my brush. And I love this level of coverage. I really do. You could go in and spot conceal areas that you are concerned about. I perhaps will put a little dot of concealer on my nose. Definitely I will conceal on the deepest crevices of my eye sockets, but I'm going to come up real close and just show you the level of coverage, including my chin. Okay, very comfortable. It is glowy, but not greasy. I am eventually going to powder a little bit. I always have to powder. That's just my complexion. And part of the reason I always powder is I attempt to overhydrate my skin. I feel that as it begins to age, moisture is truly, truly crucial for preventing the signs of aging, as is sunscreen. Let us conceal. I'm going to go in with my Clay to Pose Stick Concealer just very quickly. I may even do some of this off camera. That's it for concealer. Just going to tap in. That concealer, I think, does a good job of masking most of the purple discoloration on my eyelids. Okay, face is pretty much done. Before I set my face, this is the Chanel bronzer. It's the Soleil Tan de Chanel. I've had it for about, I want to say, a year now and barely made a dent. This is truly going to last me forever. Alright, with a dampened beauty blender, I'm just tapping that around to warm up my skin, just where the sun would naturally do that for me. I have been outdoors quite a bit this summer. My neighborhood wraps around a lake, and it's our daily jaunt to Fergus and I, my dog, we end up going to the lake twice a day just to walk and to swim. He swims. It's a little scummy for humans. This is not new to my collection. I've had this again for about a year. I really, really love it. It will last forever. That's one of the things I've noticed about my Chanel products. They have such excellent longevity, and they tend to last forever. This face powder that I'm about to use, and I will link everything in the description box below. This comes with 30 grams of product. This is a full ounce of product. All right, I'm going in with my Chikuhodo T1 powder brush because this product is not completely set down, and anytime I use a cream product, I'd really rather not set my face with a squirrel hair brush because cream products are not very good for squirrel hair brushes. And I love this fluffy, gorgeous Chikuhodo. All right, focusing on the areas where I will apply powder everywhere. Honestly, it's very, very humid today. I've already exercised. That definitely sets everything down. I am going in with one additional bronzer. I'd like to try this bronzer, Duo Bronze Lumiere from the Les Beiges collection. It is in the shade medium. This is the one that seems super, super deep. Although my skin is very fair, this is not too deep for me. Well, you can tell me in the comments below, but I don't feel that it's too deep for me. And this is going on top of already applied bronzer. I do love it. I always set up my eyes in the same manner, and that will be to dip just into my whatever bronzer I'm using and hit my hooded lid and run it into my crease as just a daytime look. Angela Van Rose does a very beautiful eye look using just this face palette. In this case, all I was doing was setting up the basic look. I will put that away for now. I'm not going to highlight just quite yet. I would like to dip into this palette for you at this point. I'm going to move from light to dark looks. So the first look I put together will just be concentrating on the center. And I'm just going to use my typical crease brush. This is the Sonia G Crease 2. I'm going in with this shade right here and just reinforcing what I did on the outer corner. Onto the hood, into the crease, outer third of the eye, on both eyes. Very pigmented, as you can see. Very long lasting. I feel I would not have been as harsh in my Surratt video, which I will link up in the cards, if I weren't having such wonderful experiences with this 9-pan palette through the month of July. This has much better longevity than that Surratt palette, and I don't mind taking a little heat on YouTube. I know that tends to be a cult favorite, and I adore my Surratt eyeshadows, but they just do not last that long on my eyelids. Now, perhaps that has something to do with the oiliness of my eyelids, but I do not have that same issue with the Chanel palette. The takeaway there is, at a certain point, set up your own experiments. All too often on YouTube, we fall into that herd think, group think, herd mentality, and really there's no substitute for your own experience. Let's add the Surratt liner, which I adore. Perhaps I did not rave about this enough in that video, but this is the Autographique liner. It is my favorite. And I'm just going to line now. It is a rich espresso brown. It is available in other colors. They don't completely match. I did not totally wing it out. As my channel says, I am an amateur. I do this because I love to do it, not because I'm a professional. All right, we're going to call that look number 1. Very neutral. Of course, I would finish my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and my brows, and then I'll build in intensity. Totally off topic. Brows are done, but look at that. I have hit pan on my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade. Of course, there's still a crap ton in this little vial, but hey, that's real progress. Took me 6 months. I thought that product was a lifer. All right, so look 1 is very neutral. It's really just a one color, no makeup look. I would go in with some blush, and for that, I will hit an item in my project pan pile. It is the Nars Orgasm Multistick. That's all I would do. This is the eye look. I will zoom in so you can see really conservative daytime look. Where this palette shines is as you go into this incredible variety of bronzes and shimmers. So let's do that. Taking just my Wayne Goss number 20, which is a little domed goat hair brush. I'm now going to intensify the outer corner with this slightly deeper bronze. Tapping off and bringing that down to emphasize that outer V. Now I'm going to go across the lid with this shade here, which is I'll swatch it for you, almost a coppery shimmer. Really love this shade. I'm going to use a Wayne Goss flat shader for that. And I'm going just back and forth, turning my lids into shiny little pennies. Going to come up close so you can see that. I really love that look. My lips, I realize, are naked. I am going to apply a Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat in Pillowtalk and then introduce you to the final item that was in my birthday haul. And I find that lining your lips doesn't have to be the Charlotte Tilbury. I just happen to favor that one. Absolutely improves the longevity of these Rouge Cocoa Flashes. And this is the last item I wanted to share with you. This is in the shade Jour. And we'll swatch it on my hand. Shiny, neutral, my lips but better. It is such a pretty daytime shade. It feels marvelous on the lips. It does feel very hydrating, clearly high quantity of oils in the formula, but with a lip liner I find that this will last me 4 hours. It survived a quick chug of iced coffee with minimal transfer to my glass, so it is not as fleeting as you might fear. I like that look. It's kind of an umber-like outer V with a shiny copper eyelid. Let's go into some of these very deep. I'm going to go into the deepest bronzy shade out here and take that into my outer corner just so you can see the full dimension of the palette. Definitely brings depth. And this is, I wanted to apply something fairly intense so that we have something to check in on at around 5:30 so you can really see the longevity of this product. Okay, in addition to really deepening up the outer corner as I've just done, I'm going to go in with one of these lighter 3 toppers and apply that to the inner corner. I'll do that with my little Chikuhodo GS9 after I clean it off on my pants. Do you guys do that? I'm just wearing shorts. Alright, which one do I want? Silver might offer us the best contrast with that copper base. Pink would work. And then the third is just kind of a neutral cream. Let's go, what do you want to see? Silver? Silver will give us the most showy. Silver is also the one I have not used frequently. So let's try that. I'm dipping into this silver topper shade. There it is as a finger swatch. And I will apply this actually with my finger to the inner corner. Bazinga. That does liven things up, doesn't it? That's like a gilded ceiling in the Louvre. No fallout. I do want to lighten my inner corners, so for that I'm going to use my GS9 and I'm just going to use this very neutral light color and hit that inner corner and bring that out on my lower lid. I do not have highlight on my face, so I'm going to take a moment and just try this on camera for you. This very yellow gold highlight. Swatch that right here for you. And I'm going to apply it with my Wayne Goss airbrush, which is squirrel hair, and it will pick up just a light touch. Definitely more electric bling, gold bling than I usually go for on my face. I'm going to apply it with my finger on my nose, and I'm going to skip my forehead and my chin because, as you can see, those things naturally are self-lubricating. All right, that is the look. I'm going to just close my eyes and give you the full, I will zoom in on the eye look so you can judge the wear when I check in the evening. I wanted to put together one final look inspired by a look that Angela Van Rose did with the Duo Bronze et Lumiere palette in medium. First I went in with the bronze shade in my outer corner across my crease, then I blended both shades together with a flat shader and put that all over my lid. And it's just a very neutral sheen, as you can see. I'm going to go in with just the bronzer and a flat shader under my eyes. And that's such a simple look. If you wanted, you could, of course, go in with a little of the bronze shade on a smaller brush just to emphasize the outer corner, which I will do. And just a few words on deciding to wrap up my no-buy, because I believe in living an unapologetic life, and I don't feel that I need to devote a whole disclaimer type video to this decision. I will exit my no-buy in kind of the same spontaneous way that I entered it, and that sits well with me. They represent a go-to daytime capsule collection that will become truly one of the backbones of my cosmetic collection. So no regrets on my part. I will probably run through a quick video and post it next on things that on takeaways from my no-buy year, and I think that is worth devoting perhaps a 10-minute video to. My decision is not meant in any way to impact any of you, whether you're on a no-buy or not, just as when I share products that are truly remarkable to me, I'm not doing that to inspire you to run out to purchase. A couple takeaways as I enter this next stage of my low buy year, which is what I will which is the mindset that I'm transitioning to. I could also call it something like my capsule year, and really that's what I'm inspired to do. Any changes to my channel will be subtle. I'm not going to run out suddenly and start acquiring all of the things that were on my wish list. I'm very happy that I was able to finish so many foundations, which you'll see in an upcoming empties video. It feels like I was able to go through things that had stagnated in my collection and either declutter them or use them up. I will continue with my Team Project Pan because I still have some items that I'd like to get my money's worth out of, and I have no plans to suddenly run out and acquire a bunch of cosmetic. Next week we return to our classrooms for another full academic year where time will become incredibly scarce for me. But I do still intend to post twice a week, and if that changes, I'll share those things with you. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed some of the looks that I was able to put together with these Chanel products, and I will catch you in my next video. Ciao.